David Bowie, the Genie. Pretty basic kind of blues song here for you. Some bluesy progressions going on. It's going to start off just kind of with this dynamic strumming that happens, and it's just going to be this, mid-voiced E chord here. So just 7A, 9/9 on the D and G, and we're just going to be strumming away on this like real quick. All right, like about eighth note speed there. So just 2 measures worth, just quick down ups. All right, and when we get in these verses, we're going to come down to just an open E chord, but we're only going to really focus on, probably like the top half of it here. And we're just going to hit it 3 times, and, just slightly resting in between each strum. Okay, just something like that. All right, and now we're going to do that quick transitional chord where it's just open D, G, and B. Okay. All right, now we come down on it on the 2nd fret, hit the open A, so we just make an A chord here, and then just come right back off of it and just hit those open D, G, B again. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like, and then we do like a, all right, just kind of loose vibe too, not super precise or anything, just. Alright. And with the first time through the verse, I don't know if it was like a outtake that they just kept in there or what, but you go through that progression about 16 times, and then it'll just kind of hit this E, and the E will just ring out for a measure, and then he'll hit like a B. Okay, so just 2nd A, 4 and 4 on the D and G here, for just about a measure. I don't know if it's just kind of a weird transition into the chorus that happens after this first verse. Okay, so it's just something like, all right, and then the vocal will start for the chorus. All right, and once we get to the chorus, we can get more into like our blues progression here, that classic 5 to 6 chord. So it's going to be on a B, and I like to play everything below the 5th fret if I can, but so I do it here where I'm at 2nd A, 4 on D. Okay, but if that doesn't work for you, then you can just transpose everything to like the 7th fret of the E, because the frets are a little closer, but I like to just stick down here. So we'll hit that first B5 there, then we bring the pinky over and then hit 6th fret on the D, and we hit that with that B on the A there twice, back to the 4 on the D. Okay, so alright, and then next measure would be hitting those 2 6th frets again, and then back to 4. Okay, so the whole thing would be, alright, that type of vibe. And repeat that 4 times. Okay, so go through that 4 times, and then it'll switch to an A. Okay, so just open A 2nd on the D, hit that once, then we bring the 2 on the D over to 4 for the A6, hit that twice. Okay, back to the 2nd fret. Okay, so first measure there, and then the 2nd measure, hit the A power chord, open again. Alright, and then we come all the way up here, and one guitar does this, and the other one just basically hits a D, goes on to like a D chord. So you can do either one. I like to do this a little bit because it's fun. So we hit the open A, slide up to 12 on that G, and then go to 11 on the G. Okay. Okay, so that 2nd section would be. if you wanted to just do a chord there, it'd be. Okay, just going to a D. Your choice. Okay, this third verse, the second guitar kind of starts doing some wild stuff during the vocal. Basically, it just goes to the D string and just starts wailing away on second frets. Okay, so like 16th note speed, so you're going to be, doing some trem picking there. All right, and we're just going to wail away on the second fret for like 2 measures worth, just. All right, and then third measure, just hit open D, cut it short, and then just rest for the fourth measure. So be something like. Kind of just a funky thing that happens a couple of times in that third verse, and then it basically just goes into the solo. All right, so the solo starts. We're going to be on the D string. We're going to do a hammer on from 7 to 9, hit the 8 on the B string to 9 on the G. Okay, and now we go G string. We go 7, 6, 4, 2, back to 4. Now we do hit the second on the B, and then we bend 4 on the G, release it, go second G, back to 4G. Okay, so be. Alright, and then take the G, slide it up to 7, and then go in between the 7 on the G, 5, B, a couple times. Okay. So just put that whole section, that first section of the solo here. Okay, continuing with the solo here. We're going to slide up to 7 on the G, go to 9, and then up to 13 on the G. Okay, and once we get to that 13 on the G, we're going to be going between that and the 12 on the E about 5 times here. Okay. We take that down to the 11 on the G, bend it, come back down, go to 9. Okay, come back to the 11 on the G, bend it while fretting 12 on the B. Okay, hit it again. Hit the 12 on the E. Bend the 11 with the 12B again. Come down and go to 9. Okay, so something like. Alright, and from there, we just come up to 12s on the B and E. And we're just going to hit those and bend 14 on the G, and just kind of like go in between those about 14 times, or roughly 4 measures worth. So just something like. Okay, for about 4 measures worth, just kind of wail away on that, and then everything will end by kind of just coming up and hitting this part of that. Mid-range E chord, so we're on the 9 of the D and the G here, and we're just gonna do like triplets on that, like. Okay, like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, and you want to do that about a couple measures worth. All right, so just put this whole last part of the solo together here. Alright, then we get into the chorus again, and after that last chorus, it kind of reverts more to the verse pattern, but this is like the outro thing that happens. where he goes back to those trem picking on the second fret of the D to the open. So you know the. Okay, so he does that. Does that once, and then he'll like switch it up to the next octave, come up to the 5 on the B, and kind of do the same thing, but then just slide it out when he's done. So, all right, and then just finish it all off by just coming way up to like a super high voiced bottom of an E chord here. So we're like 13 G, 12s on the B and E, and we're just gonna wail a wail on that for, 4 measures worth. Just. Alright, and you're all set. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.